Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice. Okay, I need an idea to talk about.
13.
No, you know what? Actually, I need a new idea. I already have an idea. The thing is, where do ideas come from? And where do they go? And how do they get there? Well, if I had an idea, let's say I had an idea and I needed a new idea. Ideas start with wonder. Curiosity has a curve, and the first step on the curiosity curve is wonder. Curiosity is instinctive, it's adaptive, and it's evolutionary. It's so instinctive that as soon as an infant's eyes can focus, it will track a moving point on a plane instinctively. And I can use that as a magician. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did you feel that intake of breath? That, like when you laugh and cry and you wonder, you release dopamine, happy juice. Because your mind is saying, it's there, it's not there, it's there, it's not there. And with those two opposing thoughts, you get cognitive dissonance. And cognitive dissonance actually creates a tension that creates dopamine. But the amount of resonance and the amount of happy juice you get is determined by the relativity of the event and, of course, how deviant the outcome is from your expectation. So when I make this ball disappear, it won't be as much happy juice because you're expecting it. Unless, of course, I change the outcome. You can applaud. You know, when this tension vibration happens in the mind actually opens. The cognitive dissonance creates a tension and your body grasps, literally, for a solution. It doesn't even have to be the right solution, just any solution will do. You see, when you see it, your mind is tickled. And tickle is play. The obvious response to tickling is play. And curiosity is a form of play. But what happens when that tickle becomes an itch? You seek to eliminate it as soon as possible. No longer is there time to seek or discover an answer. So instantly, you go to plan B, which is either experience or tradition, belief, and expectation. Here's the problem. I call it the curiosity curmudgeon curve. The older we get, the less curious we are. And we're grumpier. No question about it. And why does that happen? It happens because as older people, we have experience, and it's much easier. Well, we have our skill set in place, so we don't get curious. It's much easier to say, oh, well, I already stuck my hand in that hole, instead of to discover again. And it's easier to fall back on tradition or belief. You believe what your mama told you. You think it's fact. Part of growing up is determining what is fact and what is story. What is the cultural narrative that you bought into for your belief system that you take as fact, and where do you go with it? This is what's interesting, because we fear change. As adults, we also fear being controversial. The choice of being controversial is not a great one, which is why it's easier to go with the flow and tradition. And it's why older people resist change and younger people are eager for it. Let me show you fear. Now, to us, it's an amusement. But if we were in the jungles of Africa, people wouldn't say, oh, how do you do that? They'd say, oh, you do that. Curiosity is wonder. And wonder and belief are enemies. If you have a belief and you wonder about it, your belief changes. As soon as you start to believe, you stop wondering. If you're wondering about something and you pick a belief, it stops the wondering. So the more you wonder, the better off you are. Think about it. If you fear something, the things that we confuse fear with hate a lot in our lives. Like, I hate rattlesnakes. Actually, I don't. I fear them. If I get more information, I will fear them less. As understanding grows, so does compassion. So I would like to propose that curiosity equals love. It's a stretch, but let me show you. Beliefs and curiosity and wonder have power. As a magician, I've had a big, beautiful life. I do corporate events, I make presidents appear in a puff of smoke, I gather crowds at trade shows and impart information, and it's just puzzles. But when I was in Africa, it was quite different. But let me tell you how I got there. When I was in university, I was in a semester at sea, and I stopped in a place called Colombo. It's in Sri Lanka. And I was in a fishing village. And I was about 19, and I thought, oh, someday I'm going to be a professional magician. I hope I can be a magician. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe I'll have what it takes. And I did a little magic trick, and suddenly the whole village was standing there. And I looked around, and the faces of the village were, and they were in the palm of my hands. I'd never owned an audience like this before. I looked out and I thought, oh, they love me. I am great. I'm going to make it as a magician. I'm really going to get to have my dream. Look at it. I finally crossed over. I've got the talent. I'm going to be great. Me, 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 me. And at that moment, a woman pushed through the crowd. She was my age. We were both about 19. And she stuffed this heavy bundle of rags into my hand. And she dropped to the ground, and she began kissing my feet. And I opened the bundle, and inside was a deformed baby. And she believed I could heal her baby. It was the first time in my life I ever thought I've committed a sin. I walked away ashamed, but fully aware of the power of wonder and belief. And I thought, someday I'll be able to do something with the power of magic and wonder to bring good. But what will it be? This woman has been in my mind my whole life. So a few years ago, I thought, you know, I think I'll try to change a belief. The YWCA and Cause to Wonder got together to promote the idea of the possibility of human rights for women. The only thing I'll say throughout this video is one word, or one phrase, and it is, Setochin merdat teru idiliamatal, which means, to help a woman brings good luck. I'd like to start a rumor and a superstition, and here's how I attempted to use my skills to go about it. I want you to notice, this is the girl who I'm working for. You'll see here that this little girl in the yellow shirt and this boy will have a moment. As I go for my wallet, the boy comes in and pushes her away. I push him. A woman wouldn't do that. You see, the elders are pleased with what I've just done. We're at the market, the banana market by the old tree. The man has an axe. This boy has a machete. These tricks are the same tricks I did for you yesterday, and now you needn't watch the tricks. I ask you to simply watch the audience. Now I've uttered the words to the elder to help a woman brings good luck. Good, good. I've now begun to hum the words. Listen to the echo. They've begun to echo me. I say oi oi, they say oi oi. The children are giggling. The children are quick to receive it. Now I ask the boy who pushed the girl. He's nervous to say so, but he has his own machete. That means he's a big boy. This is our liberal. You can tell by his hat. We'll use him later. Right now I'm creating wonder, so there'll be word of mouth. This boy would be of warrior age. He would be a young warrior. See the elder? He's not so excited.
منفس کن.
Now listen to the silence. Suddenly no one says nothing, no giggling, because those three men are the strongest in their village. And they don't want to dare cross them. Now there the clown just made a joke, because there was a moment of tension between the man who objected to my idea, and he disarmed it. Now this is more serious to them, the strangulation trick, because that's real to them. It's a danger, so it has higher cognitive resonance. So that's my attempt to start a rumor using wonder and belief. Will it work? Am I a fraud? I don't know. But I have a passable magic act with a message. And if in Ethiopia the superstition starts that if I help a woman it will bring good luck, then I believe my wonder is worthwhile.